get punched in the face.
Mike
Tyson. How many here have been punched in the face recently? I know I have, and I want to share that story with you. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, Mrs., Ms. I'm going to share that story with you. It started 2 years ago in October. I started getting up at night more frequently to visit the boys' room. And it was irritating because Lisa is very meticulous. And every time I came back to bed, my side of the bed was made. I went to see my primary care physician, told her what the issue was, and she said, we're going to need to do a blood test to test your PSA. And I said, blood test? I just had one done at my annual physical. And you did a blood test every year at the annual physical for the past 5 years. And prior to coming here, my PSA was 1.5. We did the blood test. It came back. It was 25. Woo! She said, you're going to need to see a urologist. I went to see a urologist, and the first thing he suggested was a DRE. Anybody know what a DRE is? Oh, yeah. Now, I didn't mind the digital rectal exam, but when he dimmed the lights and started playing Barry Manilow music, I was concerned. He said to me, you're going to need a prostate biopsy. Now what that is, they put an instrument up your backside and it injects 12 separate needles into your prostate, and it takes core samples that they analyze. Terry Lee once aptly described that as sticking a staple gun up your butt and shooting it 12 times. 2 weeks later, I went back to the urologist to discuss the results. He looked at me and he said, you have prostate cancer. When somebody tells you that, time stands still. Your life flashes in front of your eyes, and you start to horribilize the future. He said we grade prostate cancer on a Gleason scale. 1 is it's mild, 10 is it's aggressive. You have a 9. In the corner of his office, there was a large silk plant, and I was sure I saw the branches part, and there was the Grim Reaper looking at me, and he started making this gesture. My urologist said you could also see an oncologist and a radiologist, which I did. And I went to Ironwood, which is a fantastic facility. Dr. Halber, my oncologist, gave me some medication to take every day for 2 years. My radiologist, Dr. Wu, gave me 40 sessions of radiation. Once a day, 4 days a week, for 10 weeks. Now I know you're probably thinking, Paulie, how are you doing now? Yesterday, I went to Ironwood to see Dr. Halber, who said, you are disease-free. I feel very healthy. As you can imagine, Lisa called my kids after I came back from the urologist, and that same day, my daughter Brianna came over to my house. She rang the bell. She put her arms around me. She started crying. I started crying. The next day, my son Brandon called me, and he said, "Dad, have you updated your will recently?" Now, in the beginning, the title of my speech was My Secret Weapon. You're probably wondering, "Paulie, what's your secret weapon?" My secret weapon is the power of prayer. I learned to pray as a little boy, and I haven't stopped. And I think prayer has made me a better person. It made me a better parent. It made me a better pole vaulter. And it makes me a better partner for Lisa. Do you know that Lisa and I pray every day? We pray at every meal. We pray for countries such as the Ukraine and Israel. We pray for conflagrations like the fire in LA and the fire that destroyed Lahaina several years ago. We pray for conflicted couples, people that are having divorce issues, people who have lost their jobs, people that aren't feeling well, people that are traveling, and people that we love, like Viviana. My fellow Toastmasters, I know a lot of you have set goals for the new year. And I know a lot of you have plans for your life. I'd like to challenge you to consider my secret weapon, and that's to pray every day. Madam Toastmaster.